Hey, all right, everybody, how is it going? Now, I got an article in front of me by here, and it's from the BBC. Now, you might be thinking, oh, that must be a bad news article about EVs. No, it's not. It's actually quite a pleasant article about EVs. But this story might get a little bit bad as it goes on, so keep watching, and I'll tell you why. Right, so what does it say in front of me? It says, how to charge an electric vehicle with no driveway. Now, a lot of people say, I can't have an electric car because I haven't got a driveway. But let's look at the stats first, okay? So the stats say around about, it says it's something like 60% of people in the UK have some form, now it might not always be a driveway, but it says some form of off-road parking. Now, some young scamp went in the comment section and said to me, mate, if I go outside my door now, I can't see any driveways. I can see flats over there, no driveways. And look, that's not how stats work. I know all you lot know how stats work, but for some reason, some people don't know how stats work. It's all the data collected. So your eyeballs are deceiving you because you're just in one place. So let's take, for example, I live in a place called Caerphilly, okay? And I used to come from a mining village called Abertrydoe, and joined onto that was another mining village called Sengennydd, and both of these villages have lots and lots of terraced houses. Now, if you drove through it, your eyeballs would tell you that most of them people haven't got any off-road parking because they're terraced houses, but there's all lanes at the rear. If you go around the back of the lanes, like I'd say something like 70%. This is guessing with my eyeballs, so this bit is not proper data, okay? It's not statistics, this is an opinion. But just by gauging it, I can see that nearly most people have done some sort of parking in their back gardens from around the lanes on these terraced houses. So you can see how your eyeballs can deceive you. Right, so with that out of the way, because I know people are going to be going, oh, driveways, flats, oh, they're all going, oh, on their phone, oh, they're breaking their phone, pressing it so hard because they're saying, flats, what about people in flats? And also they'll be saying, if I live in a terraced house, the people park in front of my thing, right? So they're going to be finding negatives in this story. I know you're going to say it, right? But there we are anyway, right? So let's get back to this. How to charge an electric car with no driveway, okay? Now, it goes down. First of all, let's put that picture up again. I think it's a BP Pulse charger stuck in the middle of the road. Well, not the middle of the road, at the side of the road, so you've lost a parking space there. So I don't know what that's all about. That's a bit obtrusive, isn't it? Is that the right word? So let's go down a little bit further, and it says in the article that this woman has had a gully put in her pavement, and everything's hunky-dory. She can park up there, and she can charge outside her house, which is fantastic. No, stop it, you people who say, I got a terraced house, I can't park outside my house. Now, you can park outside your house quite a lot of the time. If you say you can't, you might be exaggerating slightly, because, like I said, I used to live in Abertrydoe in a semi-detached house with no drives on the front, no drives at all, and my brother parks outside the front of his house 95% of the time. Sometimes he comes back and there's somebody in it, but most of the time people try and park outside the house, because at the end of the day, most people want to park outside their house. If you've got a nice neighbour, you could say, neighbour, can we switch places, because I've got a charge point. It might irritate them after a while, but then if they got an electric car, they might be doing vice versa. And if more people got electric cars, they'd all be saying, well, let's park outside our own houses. You know what I'm saying, right? So don't put obstacles in the way. We're just trying to find solutions, okay? Right, so there is an obstacle in the way, and that's what I'm going to come to now. And the obstacle is this. So I've done a bit of checking around, and I went on to a website called Charge Gully, Safe EV Charging Across the Pavement. And when you go down, it does say you click Get Started. And when you click Get Started, it asks you who your local authority is, and I've gone through loads of them, and it says, oops, let me just read it, sorry. Let's just click one for it, for instance. And it says, oops, your local authority hasn't allowed us to install Charge Gully where you live yet. So it's the councils holding back. It's the councils who are holding all back these charge gullies. It's not the government, because there's been a big pot of money sent to all the councils that they can use. These councils can use these, but it might be that the councils have got to add a little bit into the pot. So that's why they're holding back, I think. So let's go to another website on here. Where did I do it? Did I put that one in? Oh, I haven't put it in, have I? Oh, there was another one. There was another one, and I clicked on another one, which was like a gully in the pavement, and I did have about 4 or 5 different councils who have signed up for it. But it's the councils holding back. It's actually the councils holding back, not the main government. The main government has said, here's a bag of money to do some stuff. Now go and do some stuff. And the councils aren't doing the stuff. So I think I'm going to be writing to my local council after this video has gone out to do my little bit. So if you've got local councils, say, come on, local council, you know, allow these gully things to be put in. Sort it out, governor. But I'm going to write to them, even though I've got a driveway, but let's be nice and help people who haven't got driveways, and write to the local councils and just say, come on, sort it out. Come on, what's happening? Why are you holding back for? People want people who haven't got driveways want to have electric cars as well. Make it easier. Come on. Right, so the BBC story was a good story, but in fact it's the councils are holding back. The councils might give no end of reasons. Oh, we haven't sent some bloke down to do a study to see if we trip over a gully that's not being able to be tripped over. You know what I mean? They will. They'll say, right, you put a gully in, and we'll try some different ways of tripping over. And that study will cost a couple of £100,000. You know what the councils are like. So there we go. That's my waffle. I wanted to get that out there, that there's money there for off-street parking without any driveways and stuff like that. The money is there, but the council are dragging their feet as usual. So there we go. Anyway, I'm off to write a letter to Caerphilly County Borough Council, the rotters.